Welcome back to another video, guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We got so much to cover today, bro. In terms of international, like, not propaganda, but like extravaganza, today was a day for the history books, bro. We got Poland making it to the finals of the World Cup qualifiers. Wow, that's a tongue twister. We got Italy beating Northern Ireland. In terms of friendlies, we have France beating Brazil. Not really a shocker there. We just thought that Brazil might maybe put up more of a fight. It was kind of a bad performance from Brazil, I'll be honest. But in other news, we got Sweden beating Ukraine. I told you guys in my previous video, I really like this Swedish squad. I think they got a lot of good players. I think they did pretty well today. We got Turkey beating Romania. And then we have Slovakia losing to Kosovo. Is Kosovo the nation that literally just became a country, like not even that long ago, or am I tripping? I don't know. There was a country that was like literally just became a country recently that was in the World Cup qualifiers. But you know, there's a bunch of other results, but mainly what we're going to talk about is that Colombia game, and we're going to talk about the France game because those are the two games that I watched in their entirety. So let's go over to Brazil versus France. Let's go type that in. Brazil versus France. Now, to start off, guys, obviously this is a friendly, so it's not really that important, but it's kind of cool to see where these teams are at heading into the World Cup. You know, we want to get familiar with the squad. And on paper, I just think France had the more complete squad. Their defense looked so much better, and their attack also. So let's go ahead and look at the lineups. Literally, I think the entire front four today for France got some sort of GA. I think Dembele got GA. He got an assist to Mbappe, and then Olise got an assist to Ekitike. So, yeah, bro, France's squad is looking deadly. Who got man of the match, though? It was Casemiro. Casemiro, he put up a really good performance, I think. You know, he was pretty much everyone on the pitch. You could tell he was playing with a lot of passion. He did not want to lose to this France squad. Literally fighting with the referee. There's a clip of him and RAPHINHA yelling at the referee, and it looks like they were literally going to like knock his head off. Vinicius got a 7.3. I'm not sure if that's deserved. I'm a Barcelona fan, so maybe I'm biased, but I don't know. I was rooting for Vinny to cook that the defense in Gusto or Malagusto, but dude, he was not able to get past him. Vinny kind of got locked up today, I'm not going to lie. And RAPHINHA, he got subbed off at the 46th minute. Still unclear as to why. Maybe Ancelotti has something against RAPHINHA. I'm not sure why. He was like really pressing at the front like he always does at Barcelona. People might say he's a pressing merchant, but in my opinion, that's what makes him so special is his work rate. He literally never gives up on a ball, and he always tries to hunt down the defenders, which just doesn't allow them to break and build up from the back. But I think offensively, RAPHINHA wasn't good going forward. You could tell he was kind of like messing up his decision making when he was on the run. There's one play where Brazil lobbed the ball over, and RAPHINHA was basically through on goal. He just had to make a clear touch and maybe shoot with his right, and he could have scored. Instead, RAPHINHA decides to, you know, make like a weak touch and then try to cross it, find Vinicius or find Matheus Cunha. But it's just like, nah, bro. With like the lack of chemistry within Brazil, you can't be like, sometimes you just got to be direct with goal. Not selfish, but direct. If you got an opportunity, you got the pace, you got the aggression, you have the advantage, just take that shot, man. There's no reason why you shouldn't. I thought Matheus Cunha actually played a really good game as well. I was pretty impressed with how he was kind of doing a lot of midfield work. You know, he wasn't like just a lone striker at the top. You kind of had Vinicius doing that role, kind of just, you know, staying up at the top, not really doing anything. I don't want to say he wasn't doing anything, but come on, man. Like Vinny, at some points, it was just kind of bad. He was getting locked up. I thought Wesley was decent. I don't think he deserves a 6.5. And I would say Casemiro deserves man of the match. This guy somehow just always gets on the end of some set pieces, bro. But let's talk about France's squad, because their defense I forgot what minute it was, but into the second half, Brazil was basically through on goal, and then they got a red card, and it was a red card from Upamecano. It was a deserved red. You just got to feel for Brazil because that was kind of like a clear goal scoring opportunity, and Upamecano made the right decision. He stopped them from getting inside the box, taking that shot. I think it was Wesley who he stopped. It could have been a penalty if he waited, but no, he made that decision early, and then they got a free kick, and nothing really came from it. But I thought Dembele, other than his assist, really wasn't that good, to be honest. There was Olise, I call him the most overrated player, but today, he did his thing, bro. He got his assist. Whenever he was asked to maybe slow the game down, find the right pass in the game because it was getting too hectic, he was there. He was getting fouled a lot. There was a lot of pressure on him today, but I thought he low-key performed well. Anybody saying that Mbappe deserves man of the match, just stop it, bro. He clearly doesn't. Mbappe literally just had one play on goal, and he scored, which that's just the kind of performances you get from Mbappe. All he needs is one opportunity, and he's that clinical. He's just going to chip the goalkeeper, and it's going to be a goal. And Ekitike, same with him. Although I do think Ekitike probably did a little bit more in the first half on that right side, or on that left side, cutting in, maybe taking on his defender or his man once or twice. It seemed like Brazil couldn't really handle him besides fouling him. But yeah, Mbappe playing a striker, I think I'd prefer him as on the left wing. But, he's playing as a striker in Madrid, so that's probably where he wants to be, scoring the goals and whatnot. And the goalkeepers, I thought either of them were not particularly great. They kind of stopped the ones that they needed to stop and, let in the ones that were a little bit difficult. But, yeah, what do you expect Ederson to do, bro? He's getting chipped. This is kind of the defense's fault there. And Brazil's defense, or Brazil's goal came from Bremer. How did they score? How am I blanking on this? It was not off of a set piece, right? Well, surely wasn't. Oh, it was a cross, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They got on the end of it. Somebody launched it into the box and they got on the end of it. It was kind of like a messy, like a scruffle in the box, and they got it. But yeah, not particularly great performance from Brazil, bro. It's just a sorry Brazil, isn't it? It's just not Brazil that you're used to seeing. You're used to seeing Ronaldinho's, Neymar's, Ronaldo's, those type of high quality players, and now you're getting stuck with Vinicius, bro. No disrespect, but nowhere near the level of those guys. And then RAPHINHA also, no disrespect, but RAPHINHA is not the same type of players as those Neymars, Ronaldinhos, and Ronaldos or R9. So it's a little bit disappointing from Brazil. I was really rooting for them. I was hoping maybe we can get something, but not today, bro. Not today. This France squad is truly a force to be reckoned with, not only in international friendlies, but in the World Cup. You guys best believe they're making it at least to the quarterfinals. Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the Colombia game. I watched this one. Overall, this game started off hot, Literally 2 minutes in, Colombia had already scored. I was literally eating my food, and I looked up, and a goal came from Arias. It was a good goal, crossed into the box from Luis Diaz. Or was it Luis Diaz? Somebody crossed into the box. And then, good touch. Shoots it with his left foot. A little bit lucky to get into the back net, but hey, man, you're going to take all the luck you can get. But, yeah, all I could say is that the Colombia game was full of Colombians. The stadium was pretty much a home game for Colombia. I think they were playing in Orlando. So, there's a bunch of players on Colombia that I like. Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, Luis Suarez, Reyes. They all play in different leagues in Europe. But those are the names that stand out to me. Vargas got to 4.7. It's a bit harsh, but, when you let in goals like the deflection, it was a bit unlucky. It was a shot from almost halfway, low-key, just outside the box. But it takes a deflection from the defenders and it goes into the back of the net. What do you really expect the goalie to do there? I'll be honest, it's a bit harsh for a 4.7. And then the second goal, it's just, I don't know. They just get caught sleeping. How did the second goal come? How did the second goal come, bro? It was not a header, was it? I think they were just sleeping on the back post and they just let it in. There were so many chances for Colombia to get back into this game. The most notable one, Luis Diaz, you know, on the left side, doing a little bit of dribble, shooting it, and then the goalie saves it. Really, like, it was in near post, top bins. If you guys saw the shot, it was a really powerful shot, but the goalie just was on, I don't know, some demon time or something, and he stopped it. And then the other one, where I think it was Luis Suarez who missed it. Literally such an open goal. He shoots it, or he tries to shoot it with his left foot, because I think he's left-footed. But he should have just tapped it with his right. It was wide open. And then, yeah, I think Arias tries to, like, cross it back, or somebody, or maybe James tries to, like, cross it back or shoot it, because they were just caught off guard by the howler that Luis Suarez had just committed. So, yeah, man. I mean, Colombia had chances to win this game, get back into this game, but unfortunately they weren't able to. I thought Croatia weren't particularly that great. We saw a cameo from Modric towards the end. Not sure if he's gonna play that relevant of a role this next World Cup. You know, because he's getting older, but maybe he could still be that leader, kind of like how Lewandowski is for Barcelona. So, yeah, and, speaking of Lewandowski, why don't we just go ahead and talk about that Poland game, because my boy Lewandowski came in clutch for Poland against Albania, I'm pretty sure. The score ended up being 2-1. I think Albania were actually winning at some point. Yeah, in the first half they were winning. This game was pretty tight. I mean, Albania were actually predicted to score more, but what's it called? I think Poland had more shots on target. So, yeah, just looking at this, whew. Sorry, guys, I just woke up from a nap. How do you even say this name? Szymanski, you know, gets 2 assists. Lewandowski scores a goal. It wasn't a penalty, which usually Lewandowski is getting penalties, but he scores a goal from open play. And then who else? The midfield, number 10, Zielinski. He gets a goal. So super happy for Lewandowski. I hope he takes his team to the World Cup. But some other matches, Sweden. I just kind of want to see who scored. Was it Gyökeres? Oh my gosh, Gyökeres got a hat trick, 9.7 rating. Wow. And I'm pretty sure Sweden versus Poland is next up, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at their next fixture. Yep, they're against Poland. So if Lewandowski wants to get into the World Cup, he's going to have to beat Sweden and Gyökeres. Wow, bro. 2 of the teams that I thought had the best chance to getting into the World Cup are going against each other, which is crazy. And then let's just go quickly about the Italy game, because I did cover it before in my match preview. I think they won against Northern Ireland. I think it was pretty convincing. I saw the goals. One of them was like outside. Tonali gets a goal and an assist. Obviously, this guy Tonali is pretty cracked. He plays for Newcastle. A lot of people don't think he's good, but man, when he was playing against Barcelona, this guy was low-key cooking, especially in that first leg. But I'm super happy that he gets a goal. I'm liking the Newcastle boys. Obviously like Dan Burns and all that. Bastoni, he might be a Barcelona player next season, and Donnarumma obviously plays for Man City. So a lot of notable players. Di Marco obviously plays for Inter Milan, and Calafiori plays for Arsenal. So super happy for the Italy boys. Who are they playing next? They have to play somebody in the final. Yeah, so against Bosnia. So Bosnia actually pulled off the upset against what other team was it? Oh, wow, they pulled off the upset against Wales in the penalties. I'm going to have to look at that. But, yeah, guys, I mean, there's a bunch of fixtures that happened today. And Arda Güler beats Romania, or Arda Güler's team beats Romania. They get a goal, ranked 25. Arda Güler gets an assist. So, yeah, maybe we'll see Arda Güler in the World Cup this time, Let's see, who do they face next? I don't want this video to be too long. I'm just gonna check Kosovo. Okay, so they have a decent chance, Loki. And then tomorrow we do have some fixtures, so yeah, I'm gonna make a video on that tomorrow, so you guys stay tuned. But overall, those are my thoughts on the fixtures that happened today. I'm super happy with how like the games ended up. I heard RAPHINHA may be injured, but at the end of the day, I'm still confident. I don't think he's injured, but hopefully, I'm just praying he's not. If he's not injured, then today was a success because Lewandowski was good, and RAPHINHA not being injured is just peak. So we'll see Spain play tomorrow against Serbia. We'll see Argentina play tomorrow against some random country. Sorry if you're from that country. England plays against Uruguay. It's going to be a good match. And then I think Mexico plays against Portugal or something. I don't know. But yeah, you best believe we're going to be supporting Mexico, bro. We support Mexico out here. Slightly. I don't know. This Mexican team is kind of trash. I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is. That's going to be it for me, guys. Hope you guys had a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, do all that good stuff. Hype, hype, hype. And without further ado, have a good one, guys. Take care and peace.